We back up in this thing. A lot of people didn't think we could still do this shit. There's been a lot of stuff going on. They didn't think we could still do it, but goddamn it, we still. Hey, Ernest, Simo, Delay, Fool, we couldn't do it without you. Blair, we couldn't do it without you. Omar, nope. We couldn't do it without you. The 8-year-old phenom, about to be 9. This nigga's still out here producing shit. Hey, you don't need nobody, Blair. Hey, you been doing stuff.
Period.
Let them know. Now every morning I get up and then it's our job to make sure America's up and on point. And I don't be feeling like doing this shit all the time.
No.
That's why I brought my friend with me. Ladies and gentlemen, who we have here today. MC.
Cheer.
A personality.
Uh-huh.
A real nigga.
Yeah.
Television reality star.
Not no more.
Yeah. She said not no more. It's almost like you want to say fuck Mona Scott on the back of that.
I did.
I you know what? I had to join the fuck Mona Scott crew. I was like, the homies ain't feeling you, dog.
Yeah, no.
She tried to get me and Courtney to get on there. We
No.
We weren't gonna get it.
It's like selling your soul, kinda.
Yeah, the check wasn't right. But you've heard her on Lip Service. Mm-hmm. The podcast, the live shows, the tour.
Yes.
You hear every morning on the Morning Hustle.
Yes.
Lowdown.
Let's go.
I mean, what else you want me? I mean, who's capping?
Who's capping?
I mean, segments on segments. And then, when she got bars. And, I'm saying all this to say, when I bring somebody into the fold, to the 323 family, this is a up-and-coming 96 Bull inductee. We're going to go ahead and get her inducted.
Let's go.
Where's my ring? Make sure that all of the 96 Bulls are in place for this induction ceremony. She's down to do
Waiting for my ring.
That's right. She's ready to be inducted. She's about to be an inductee 323er.
Let's go.
And with the shits. L'Oreal, ladies and gentlemen.
How you doing?
All right, so check this out.
I'm excited, too.
Now, you aside from Lip Service, you also do Bully and the Beast podcast.
That's right.
So, what is the show about, if you don't mind?
So, Bully and the Beast podcast is more of a comedy spin off of the 2 shows that both me and my co-host Wax are on. So, obviously, people know I'm on Lip Service, and we talk about sex and relationships.
Okay.
So
ain't nobody mad at that.
Yeah, nobody's mad at that. And Brilliant Idiots, that's pretty obvious. Brilliant Idiots.
Right.
You know what I mean? Talk about a little bit of everything. But Wax was a character on there that stood out a lot. And
can you let the people know where you're from real quick?
So me,
yes.
Where I'm from Brooklyn, New York. I was raised in Jersey. I lived everywhere. Miami, Atlanta, everywhere that's popping. LA. Okay. I lived everywhere.
Ain't wrong with that.
Yeah, I like to travel and move around. So that's where I'm from. I started out singing. I was a singer first.
Oh wait, see nigga, hold on, bro. Okay, we're gonna get to that. I didn't know that. See,
yeah.
Niggas got gifts. That's what's happening.
Talented. So I started out singing. I was offered a deal when I was like in the 7th grade with Epic. And it was just a mess. It was a disaster.
Nigga. Yes. Okay. We see. You see how we uncovering shit to get to.
You gotta uncover things.
We gonna come back to that. Okay. So.
And then I stopped singing because things just got really shady with the people that I was working with, and I actually started rapping because someone gave me the idea. Somebody who was in the industry was like, you got a dope voice. You should rap. So the first rap, terrible. It was probably like eight pages long. I didn't know what a verse was. I was
just writing shit.
I was just writing shit. I knew how to write poems. You know what I mean? And I would turn my songs, my singing songs, from the poetry. So I was like, well, it got to be something similar. So I wrote all these pages and I let him hear it. And it was actually Freaky Zeke from the Diplomats. Like
Freaky Zeke, Lorel, you know what's happening? Dipset, Jim Jones, the capo.
I'm telling
capo status.
And I was the biggest Cameron fan, so I was like, it would be an honor if you fucked with my shit. And when he heard it, he was like, "That's trash." Now, like,
Cam said your shit was trash.
No, Zeke, I didn't even get to the Cam level. I didn't even make it there.
No, so this shit's trash. Shit's garbage.
Because he told me, he was like, you could sing, but it'd be dope if you could rap. So he just told me, he was like, that ain't it.
That ain't it.
I ended up interning at labels, and I worked at Sony.
Which labels had you?
I worked at Sony, Sony Urban Division. So that was the hip hop. So I had Nas, we had Beyonce, we had Amorion, we had B2K before Amorion. Like it was. So I was in the office every day with all different artists, and I used to battle people in the hall, like other interns and stuff like that.
Anybody could get it.
Yeah, anybody could get it, and I ended up getting on Life Jennings remix to his song "Must Be Nice." It was a bunch of things I ended up getting with off of being in the building just rapping, and then I met Kanye, and I played him my second song that I ever recorded, and he was like, "This shit is fire." Like he wasn't Kanye yet,
but he was still Ye that was making shit happen.
He was working on slow jams at the time.
Wow.
So I had went in the studio.
So what you're saying is you done put some dirt in?
Yeah, I was out here. I used to hand out flyers. I was on the street team.
Okay, I definitely did that. We got stories about handing out flyers.
I worked for Bad Boy. I worked for Slip and Slide. I wasn't barely getting. Sorry, I gotta tell this part of the story, but my checks was bouncing.
So you was working with Trick, and them checks was bouncing over there.
Well, see, by the time I got over there, I was in college. Trick wasn't really. I don't even really think he was messing with. I think Plies was over there. He was bringing in all the money at the time. It was really just Plies, and I think they were getting sued at the time by TVT, so that's why it wasn't no money over there. But I stopped doing that, and then I just started going in. I signed to DJ Envy and Red Cafe, and that was my first like real deal. And I was on like Hottest in the Hood. I was on Fab's album. I did a bunch of stuff.
Did you do any of the classic Smack DVDs or Poke DVD or Cheddar?
You know what? I was on the Cocaine City DVD. Was I ever on Smack? You know what Cocaine City DVD was, right?
Yeah.
That was French Montana shit. So that's how I knew French and all of them. I know all of them since I was like 16 years old.
Then you know Jadakiss and shit in the whole lot.
Yeah, Kiss is like my brother. I ran the Juices for Life with worked with Styles and them. Like I have really deep relationships.
You see why we gonna induct her to the board.
I have really deep relationships with a lot of artists. So they've been seeing me grinding since I was a kid. Okay. And like they always just kind of put me under the wing. So that was always dope. And then I made a deal with the devil. I went and did Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah.
It was, before the madness, I'll say. It was before the Atlanta franchise. It was season 3 in New York. And this was right when they got rid of Chrissy and everybody and they started over fresh. So they told me, we trying to focus on just women entrepreneurs. And, I fell for it. And, somebody tried to throw a drink at me or try to fight me a couple times.
Who the fuck threw a drink at you?
Oh, well, Erica Mena tried to throw a drink at me, but she ended up hitting one of the producers. So that happened there. I don't really like talking about those people because I feel like they bring bad energy.
Yeah, it sounds like bad energy when you get a drink thrown at you. That's the only thing ain't happened. I've been booed. I done had like food thrown at me. I've never had a drink thrown at me.
I feel like that's part of the rules on Love and Hip Hop. Like if you go on Love and Hip Hop, you got to throw a drink or whatever the case. So That's usually how it goes.
That sounds very R&B-ish.
Yeah, I mean, once you put your hands on somebody, I don't know about other people's contract, but in mine, it was basically like if I physically assaulted somebody, I would have to owe them back everything I made off of the show. Now, when I first started working with them, it wasn't like that.
Oh, wow. That's definitely a clause.
Yeah, it wasn't like that for me at first, but they had this cast member that came to them and told them I was in a gang. So I used to be down with a label that was like a lot of guys. You know what I mean? Like I always had a lot of guys around me, so they used that against me.
You said that one day that when you go places, it'd be like 30 niggas there, and they'd be like walking behind you for your shows.
Yeah. They like it got to the point where it was just like I was like a nigga, like a male rapper. You see how he come with his entourage? That's how it was. But I feel like they tried to violate so much during that show that you had to kind of roll like that. Like that's why Jim Jones pressed all those people and. He had problems with them or why Fab never wanted to do the show. Like Cam was only like 1/2 a foot in. Like I feel like if you're a real nigga, you shouldn't do Love and Hip Hop.
I think the real nigga card gets pulled so much on niggas when they on Love and Hip Hop. So
and I do feel like niggas end up in jail and stuff like that. You got to be careful. Like I don't know what they got
I can't
going
go to jail.
on.
Not this year. I can't go to jail. So you met your host Wax. How did you meet him?
Okay, so with Wax, it was actually BET Awards 2012, I believe. It was 2012.
Out in L.A.
And out in LA. And me and Angela had been good friends for a while at this point.
This is
Angela Yee.
okay.
So I was with Angela Yee, and Wax is actually a really good friend of Charlamagne. So like I said, we combined the two shows and made it more like our style, and that's how our podcast came. So when I first met Wax, he was just Charlamagne's friend to me. I was in LA a lot. So I had a car out there and everything. So I went to go pick them up. Like I picked them up from the hotel, and we was going to a party at Nobu. It was Melanie Fiona. She When It Kills Me was popping. This was the first year of the Rock Nation brunch. Like this is how long ago this is.
This is the beginning of all the shit we seeing right now.
Right. So there's no Uber. So you know what I mean? Maybe it is, but it's like not, niggas ain't fucking with it like that.
My wife was trying to get me on Uber, and I was just like, so you mean to tell me a nigga gonna show up and pick me up?
It was weird.
I was still a nigga. I couldn't. She was like, why didn't you just Uber?
And let me tell you something. Remember when Lyft in LA had the big pink mustaches?
Yeah.
They had the big pink mustaches on the front of the car. Nobody wasn't getting in that.
I wasn't getting in that.
That's what I'm saying.
I thought it was some food delivery shit. Like
you get what I'm saying? So I had to come scoop my peoples. Like I had the dope little Benz. I came and picked them up. So we go to Nobu or whatever. We meet up with Mike Kaiser, a bunch of people. Now this is right after the Heat win the championship. Now there was
LeBron,
Chris Bosh, Dwayne Wade. Now remember the picture of Chris Bosh where he had the champagne and he kind of was like
letting the shit hit him in the face.
Right. And what was people saying about Chris Bosh around that time?
Chris Bosh was gay.
Okay, perfect.
Niggas still say that.
Thank you.
Okay.
So now we're
and then Charlamagne called a nigga out about the shit
several times.
Okay.
So we're in the party. I'm walking by. Charlamagne's talking to somebody. Wax is standing next to him. Charlamagne stops me. He goes, yo, Lo, tell me what you think. I'm going to give you a name of a person. You tell me the first word you think. I said, okay. He says, Chris Bosh. Naturally, I say.
Gay.
Okay. And you know me.
Okay.
So I say it, and I'm about to keep walking. So he starts laughing. He like, ha ha, I told you. And then Wax grabs me, the stranger who I just met an hour ago maybe.
Right.
He grabs and he goes, yo, did you hear what she just said? And it was a white woman that he was talking to. And I was like, she what? Who? And he was like, the girl that Charlamagne was just talking to, did you hear what she said? And I was like, no, what? He was like, she called you a bitch.
Oh, wait, hold on. Coco!
Hi!
It's fresh from the quarantine. What's that, man?
Look at Nurse Coco.
Hey.
Ooh,
oh, shit. I miss. Oh, shit. Hey, hold on. We're going to toast this thing up. Hey, we going to party like rock stars.
Let's go.
We going to fuck like porn stars.
Let's go.
And we going to come like shooting stars. Everybody right now that's right there, go ahead and toast this on up.
I've never heard
Go
that
on
part.
and light up. Oh, yeah, this for the podcast. They know what they're doing. Uh-huh.
Shooting stars. Let's go.
Who?
All right.
Okay, that's what you want to do with that?
Tastes good, don't it?
Mm-hmm.
Tastes good.
Yeah. So
yeah.
The white woman randomly called you a bitch.
So, of course, me being the hothead that I was at the time, I've grown. You know, this was
growth.
8 years ago, you know. So I turned around and I walked up to her and I said, you called me a bitch? So she's looking shocked as a motherfucker.
Because she's not confrontational.
Yeah, not probably, right?
Yeah.
I don't know this woman, so I don't know. So she's looking like, and I was like, something, bitch. Like, I said, whatever I said.
You put the bitch on the back.
You know me. I blacked out a little bit.
It was bitchalisms.
I was just like,
don't
like, call me a bitch for I act like a bitch. Something like that.
Yeah.
But I got to get to acting like a bitch, right?
Courtney had to stop me yesterday on Instagram going off on a nigga yelling and shit, ready to whoop a nigga.
You get what I'm saying?
Slap a nigga through the phone. I had my moments. That was my first Instagram yelling confrontation. So that's
it got crazy. Yeah. So I walk off. Mm-hmm. Now she's going ballistic. She goes to one of her friends. Now they go to Kaiser and Angela Yee gets involved and it's a big thing now, right?
Because you done called her a bitch.
She done called me a bitch.
But you done got back.
I done got in her face though.
Yeah,
I came in her face like, bitch, what's up? I'ma be the bitch you want me to be.
Yeah.
Right?
I am that bitch.
I'm the bitch. I'm that bitch, right?
Right.
So okay, in the midst of that, Busta Rhymes walks in. This is random. It was Nobu. She brought it out. So it was all artists coming in there. at the time, Charlamagne had dissed Busta Rhymes.
And this is at the time, late. I'm gonna add on to this right now. I'm gonna send you this clip of pull up. Me and Busta are roasting at the 2012 BET Awards.
Okay.
This is when I just realized he was getting fat.
Yeah.
I was like, you really fat, Busta. What's going the fuck on? So keep going.
This had to been the day before that.
Right.
Because let me tell you, he was big at the time.
Right.
So Charlamagne had this segment, and it was called The Freezer. And it was like, when you was whack and washed up, he would put you in the freezer. He just the week before had put Busta Rhymes in the freezer.
Trying to save him.
Yeah, but no, saying like he's cold, ice cold, like he needs to get up out of here.
Yeah.
So I think he might have even been on the Look at Me Now record at the time or something. But he still was saying like freezer, right?
He was trash.
Busta Rhymes came up to Charlamagne. They got in a little scuffle. Wax got involved. It got nasty. We had to get up out of there, right?
Okay, wait.
This is all in Charlamagne's book, by the way.
I understand. So this fight you telling me this happening?
Yes.
Who started it?
See, I don't know because I'm still going at it with the white girl. You get what I'm saying?
So when you look up,
it's drama everywhere.
They swinging.
It was more of a shoving. I wouldn't say swinging.
Okay,
it was like a shove, like a.
Okay.
You know, like a shove.
Gotcha.
So, okay, so we end up getting up out of there because it just was too.
So y'all
wild.
gotta leave now. Do you know where y'all at? Like y'all at the is it SLS? Is this where is y'all at?
So
LA?
They staying at like a little boutique hotel that I was taking them to. I can't even remember where it was at the time.
Probably
but my car
Montron.
is parked right outside or valeted right outside. But they're not too far. Let's say about like everything in LA is 15, 20 minutes away.
Yeah.
So it's probably like a 15-minute drive from where we are, where they're staying. So we come out and I get in a car. They get in a car. Now Wax and Charlamagne sit in the back. Me and Yee are in the front. And next thing you know, Wax just starts laughing. Like a hearty laugh. So I'm like, what the fuck? What is this nigga laughing at? He goes, that girl didn't really call you a bitch.
Wait. Okay.
Now, mind you, I don't even know this nigga, right? I don't even know this nigga. And at this time, I think I just was on Love and Hip Hop. So, like, niggas in there knew who the fuck I was. So even me having that blow up. So
it was really like you was already in that mode of like, I'll pop off at any moment.
You get what I'm saying?
So he gassed you up to pop off.
Pretty much. Now, mind you, Yee is who she is at the time. They're both Breakfast Club, obviously, even though this is 8 years ago. So it's probably only been on 2 years at this point.
But they still get some traction.
But there's still people know who they are. So to me, he's like, this is just a security, nigga. How dare you even be talking or getting involved into some shit? Your job is to secure, nigga. Yeah. You starting shit. So I went. When I tell you I lost my mind on him, I was like, yo. And at that time, that's when I had 100 niggas in LA. I had 100 niggas in New York. And I was like, listen, I said, I'm going to have a whole motherfucking hotel surrounded, nigga. Like, I went up on a nigga. Like, we start arguing in the car. And I was really I turned around like I was about to have to spit on her because he started with the bitch. So he started with the shit.
He let you know right out, but hey, bitch, let me tell you.
You get an FYI, it's Charlamagne's birthday. I forgot to add that. It's his birthday. I said, yo, I pulled over. I said, get the fuck out of my car. Get the fuck out.
Okay. So people riding by seeing him getting the fuck out of there.
Getting the fuck out.
Okay.
Get in the fuck. When I tell you, I'm like, get the fuck out of my car.
What is Charlamagne doing?
So Charlamagne is like, cause he knows I'm like, could go if you make me mad, I just would flip. So he knew, but he never seen me like that. I'm talking about Envy was calling me, trying to calm me down. They like, yo, just let them get back in the car. Da da da. I was like, fuck those niggas. I was like, Charlamagne, happy birthday. Get the fuck out.
So wait, so y'all on the freeway in LA and you put
get the fuck up out of here.
So what, you ain't put Yee out though?
Hell no. Me and her went to the club after that. It was fucking BET Awards
wait. So
we were going to the club.
So you real life left them? Like,
no.
It wasn't like I'm about to leave.
No.
Get out. It was
get out the car. I wanted to fight. Wax is big. If anybody knows, Wax is like some big ass brolic ass nigga, and I wanted to fight Wax. I'm dead serious because I was like, this is my career you're fucking with. Like,
you did all of that. Yeah, the drinks probably had already been flowing. So.
Listen, now mind you, like I said, it's Charlamagne's birthday weekend, so we were going to Miami maybe like 2 days after that. And
Same crew.
Same crew. No, first we were going to where he grew, where Charlamagne grew. We was in Charleston. We went to South Carolina, and we did a party there.
Oh, y'all did a party there.
Then after from South Carolina, we were going to Miami. You'll never believe what the fuck they did to me.
Okay, so after you put them out, what did they do to you in Miami?
Okay, so we go to Charleston. We go to the whatever.
So y'all made up?
No, they got the fuck out. Charlamagne was already my boy. He knew his nigga did some fucked up shit. So that was just
you
it.
and your nigga get the fuck on. I fuck
get
with
the
you,
fuck out of here. I'm still going to his birthday party, Charlamagne.
You ain't that type of person.
Because it don't have nothing to do with you. I know it's your boy that was the dickhead.
That's why both of y'all got to get out there.
But you got to go because you brung the nigga, right?
Right.
Tell me why when we go to Charlotte, they all go to the airport to go to Miami from South Carolina. And I'm left on my flight's a little later because I think the other one was sold out. Why the fuck they make Wax drive me to the airport? Now, mind you, I don't like this nigga. I done cursed him out, said I was going to get niggas to beat him up. On God, it's like 102 degrees this day. We rushing to get to the airport. He picks me up in a Maserati, right? I'm like, oh, this bum-ass nigga got a little Maserati. Okay. You know what I mean? I get in the car, whatever. On God, we go from going like 75 miles per hour to 60 to 50 to 15. I'm like, what is going on? He's like, oh, I think something's wrong with the car. Now, mind you, we're not speaking the whole motherfucking ride. It's literally like this.
Okay.
I look over, my nigga. The gas was on E.
And he was taking you to the airport with low gas.
The nigga ran out of gas.
In a Maserati.
102 degrees outside.
In
a Maserati.
In Charleston.
Now, if you know anything about Wax, he only wears Timbs. He owns a chicken farm. He wears white tees and jeans all year long and maybe a hoodie over it. And the same New Jersey hat. Like, this is his Timbs everywhere, on the beach, everything. Mm-hmm. He's trying to push a Maserati in 102-degree weather with Timbs on by himself down the highway.
Yeah.
And guess what I was doing?
Looking.
Drinking my water.
Sitting inside. Because this nigga.
I wasn't even going to steer.
Okay.
So then some white man came with a truck and he helped push him and he took us to the gas station. I missed my flight. I fucking hated Wax's guts. That's the moral of the story.
So you missed the Miami flight.
I missed the Miami flight.
So did you ever get up with Charlamagne and Yee?
I ended up getting up with them. I was like, I missed the whole day. And you know how it is. You want to be in a day, and Miami is the day.
The day, and then you get there at night. It's time to go to the club.
Yeah, that's it. I hated this nigga. I'm talking about, I would see him for like, after that, maybe like 2 years, and act like he just didn't even exist. Like, I would walk right past him. And one day, man, I always say this, we bring people together. We bring people together. Because we was in Atlanta one time. I ain't had no weed.
And he had the weed.
He had the weed.
The herb that heals all nations. And when we come back, we got a great story about how a lot of other shit happened that you don't know about. More to come right here. Did You Miss Me podcast, starring L'Oreal. Hey, man, it's the podcast. Yeah. Did You Miss Me? We'll be back right after this. Yo, to the best podcast in the whole wide world, best storytellers, we want to give you this right here. An award for being the best fans that we got. Come on over to patreon.com/Did You Miss Me podcast and make sure you support us. Join us over there. As well as, get all the new merchandise we got. Did You Miss Me podcast.com. New merchandise. You see it. You see it. Take it in, bitches. We all up in this thing. Exclusive content. Only on patreon.com. We black owned. All right. And we back up in this thing.
Yes.
Took a little extended smoke break. I'm hot. I'm not even going to lie to you.
Is that why you have shades on?
Yeah, because
pussy.
Because when you get so hot, you start thinking, everybody I can't see, I'm thinking about too much. But these block it out. It's like I'm riding behind a tent, and then I can just keep cruising. Because I know I'm driving.
Okay. I always look at it like, yeah, you look high. Okay. I always look at it like I have big eyes. I've always had big eyes. So, like, when I get high, my eyes just get medium size.
Your eyes get regular.
Yeah, like regular people. So, I'm just okay right now.
I'm Asian right now.
Usually, I wear glasses, in the morning because, like, I don't have time to do my makeup.
I thought she was just being cool, and I realized it was high, like I'm high. Okay.
Yeah, I'm high, and I don't have time to do my makeup in the morning, so I just throw it on. Or I'll get a makeup artist to come in, but then they distract me from working sometimes.
Yeah, I'll be high. All right, I'm high.
Guys don't have to worry about that kind of stuff.
And
Y'all lucky.
does everybody know I'm high? They know I'm high.
Everybody
And
knows
I'm
you're
doing
high.
that for 2 breaks. I'm like, they know I'm high.
I
Fuck
think
them.
everybody definitely knows you're high. One day you came in, I think you were drunk.
Oh yeah, I was drunk.
Yeah, and we said you were drunk.
Yeah, he was drunk. It was a great day though.
I don't remember, but I remember you were drunk.
I was drunk. That's great. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I told Jordan, I said, I'm fucked up, bro. He was like, you here?
See, I think drinking at work should be something you can do as long as you can function. But there's rules for stuff like that, so we can't just be drinking there all day.
Well, they can't know we drinking there all day.
They can't know you're drinking there all day.
I'm gonna tell you, the first week you can ask Courtney. I was fucked up. That was the only way I was going to work. I was like, bro, I can't go. I was too scared. I was so scared I was gonna oversleep. I was like,
you were so
up.
scared you was gonna oversleep that you drank.
Yep. And then one day in particular, which we talked about on the podcast.
Okay.
It was over the break. I got fucked up. I was like, okay, I got to make it from the Airbnb to the job. I'm not going to make it because I'm drunk and it's 2:30. Fuck it. I'm going to the job at 2:45.
Okay.
I'm going to sit there until 4:45, 5 o'clock, get my shit together, and then we're going to do the show, and then I'm going to go back to the Airbnb and go to sleep. I'm that bitch. Out of there.
No, I couldn't have did that. I'm sorry.
Watch this. Door opens up. I think it's Hollywood. It's Ricky.
Ricky Smiley.
Ricky come in that bitch. He drunk.
What time did he come in?
It's got to be like 3:45.
Oh, my God.
He come in from the boat. He been fishing all night. He say, oh, shit. Young blood. That's dedication. You drunk like I'm drunk. Come on, let's get some coffee. Nigga made me some coffee. We talked for like damn near 3 hours, nigga. We talked all the way till y'all came in. That nigga left. And then me and Ricky been cool ever since then. Because I told him, I was like, Ricky, I'm fucked up, bro. I said, I'm so fucked up. If I go to sleep, I'm going to be asleep till tomorrow. He was like, it's good. This ain't the first time this happened for me. I've been drunk plenty of days. And nigga, we did the whole day.
I honestly think that doing the morning show when you're drunk or hungover is pretty much one of the hardest things that I've had to do in my life. I went to Dallas. You know that. I went to go do a visit. And I was with Tammy. And she...
Shout out to 97.9 The Beat and Tammy, the guy.
Shout out to 97.9 The Beat. They definitely took care of me out there. I love Dallas. But I didn't know that they were the squad, like they get down. So like I went to go meet them for dinner, and Tammy was like, yeah, let's just get the drinks. When I tell you, like I had to be up for work 3 hours after I think we kept drinking because it's a time difference. Yeah. It's an hour difference. And when I tell you, I was in there, so I was fucked up. I don't even know how I made it to work. And then everybody kept saying to me the next day, like, oh, you hung out with Tammy? I could have told you was going to be fucked up today. But everybody told me after. Nobody told me before. So I'm talking about everybody in the station. They was bringing me. I had Pepsi, ginger ale, water, apple juice, a sandwich, hash browns. Somebody came and brought me weed. Shout out to Eva.
That ain't gonna stop. Nothing.
I was fucked up. They brought me Tylenol, Advil. I took everything, and I was out of it. That shit is miserable. Like being hungover, and I'm like, I have the weakest stomach. Like, come on. Like I
kept running to that bathroom on the air. You was like, hey,
I throw up.
I think I can't do it.
I be right throwing up.
I can't do it.
I be throwing up. One time I spent the whole time, I was flying from Paris to New York. I spent the whole entire time in the bathroom throwing up because I was hungover from being out. And the crazy thing is, we were gone for a week and a half. I didn't go to no clubs. The night before we were coming back, I decided to go to a club. I got so fucked up. They almost didn't let me fly. They moved my seat to by the bathroom. I'm talking about, you know how dirty the airplane bathrooms are? I had my fucking head on. Yes.
Hey, listen.
Yuck.
If you remember, if you go back, I think it might be episode 70 or 75. I'm telling you about me being naked in the airplane bathroom.
No.
So you can go back and look at the story. I'll find it out and I'll make sure I tag it or had an editor tag it. So what happens this time is we in Chicago, me and my boy Dan Food that do the show with us.
Okay.
We're taping a TV show.
All right.
We're only there for 2 days.
All right.
I tape a day, he tape a day. But they put us up for 2 days in the hotel, cover all our expenses. So what we decide to do is we decide that we're going to hook up with the local dude from Chicago.
Okay.
Who's an edible maker. He makes edible cookies. He gives us shit the whole weekend. We don't eat it because we smoking doing the show. We ain't tripping and drinking.
Right.
We get ready to leave to get on the plane. We on the same flight. We say on the way to the airport, the edibles in the bag. We drunk. We don't give a fuck. I get to the airport. I got a whole half a bottle of liquor left. So we start drinking that shit.
No. Right. That edibles and liquor don't.
So we get
it don't mix.
We get in the line to go to Clear to get Clear because we on
Clear. I got Clear.
Shout
out to Clear.
Shout out to Clear. Even though it's Clear, it's still a lot of people in the line.
Right.
We almost to the security checkpoint. I reach in my pocket. I got gummies, a brownie, and 4 cookies. So we say, you know what? I'm not throwing this away. We're gonna eat this shit.
What? Why didn't you just bring it with you?
Here's the thing. I think we was fucked up and we panicked on some paranoid
No.
shit. So we start eating it. And then there was a girl in line. She was like, "Oh my God, I can smell it. Is that a weed brand?" I said, "Yeah." We gave the girl one. I eat everything. I get through. Soon as I get through checkpoint, I'm blasted.
I'm sure.
I'm blasted. I go get me a smoothie. Bad decision. And so for the whole flight from Chicago to LA,
okay,
I'm in the bathroom,
throwing up, for sure,
throwing up. Then I'm just naked in the bathroom. Don't want to put no clothes on.
Cause you're hot as hell. You're sweating.
I'm out of there.
Yeah,
I'm baking. So, dog, like I say this to say, I understand what you went through with that. And I remember that day in particular, and I was like, yeah, she out of there.
And it's something about being on the plane and taking edibles, because I've taken an edible, gotten on a plane, and like fell asleep and woke up full of sweat and like started screaming, land the plane, and felt like really like claustrophobic.
So I've heard some stories so far where a lot of times when you black out, you wake up and start yelling, fighting.
Yeah, it's something, but it's really something like about the plane and edibles. This is another time I took an edible from my homegirl Claudia Jordan, and I guess somebody sent them to her in the mail, but she didn't tell me this. At the time, she was just like, I have edibles. So that day I didn't eat. We were headed to Benihana's, and we started drinking. I was drinking, and I took half of the edible. We get to Benihana's. I'm fine. I order another drink. We're at the table. They're cooking. And out of nowhere, I started feeling like, you know, the blade things that they be cooking with and like doing the tricks with. I started feeling like he was about to throw it at me. So I
felt like it was getting too close.
Yeah, I started getting paranoid. So I was like, yo, what is going on? I'm like, I'm hot. So they're like, no, you don't look hot. So I'm like, what does look hot is? Like, what is you get what I'm saying? And I'm dying. Like, when I tell you, the next thing you know, sweat starts pouring down my face. So I looked and I rode there with Claudia. I parked at her house, and she's looking at me and she's like, is everything okay? And I'm like, this bitch is trying to kill me. That I felt like everyone in the restaurant was trying to kill me.
I think on the cool, Claudia has been in Hollywood so long and has so much date rape drug that's put out.
No, here's the thing. She didn't take one. She didn't take one. She gave it to me. Like, and I was all hype, like, oh, give me one. I'll take it. But I didn't. But then while we were sitting at the thing, she's like, girl, she was like, I was fucked up like that before. She was like, and these I haven't even tried. They just sent it to me in the mail. As soon as she said that, it was like a switch in my mind. I was like, I got to get the fuck out of here. So we start walking out. I kid you not. When I'm walking, it's like I'm moving in diagonal, whatever. Next thing you know, I was on the fucking ground. I fell. I passed out. I opened my eyes and there was a cop over me. So me being paranoid, obviously from the weed or the edible, I like jump up and I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm just dehydrated, thinking I'm gonna go to jail for being high. You know what I mean? So I was like, I'm dehydrated. Something just happened. I don't know. I just need to go home. So then she put me, like, I went in Claudia's car, and I'm just like, the whole time I'm like, yo, this bitch is about to chop me up. Like, this is what I was so.
You was out of there.
But then it finally wore off, and like, edibles is crazy. One time I had a guy crying in my bosom, like, please call the hospital, like, off of edibles. Like, you got to be careful if you don't know your dosage.
The nigga was crying to you?
I had just met him. He works with a friend of mine. He's very like a square. Like he wears suits and stuff like that. So we all went out. We went drinking. I had edibles. I gave him out, and he was like, "Oh, this is nothing. You know, I live in L.A."
Told his ass out.
Yo, he ate more. He was like, "I'm gonna take more." Da da da. Taking shots. Da da da. Next thing you know, when I tell you, he was like, "Hold me," and I'm like, and I did not even know, like literally crying, like I need help, like please call 911, and like we had to like get rid of him.
Hey, bro, that's tough. That's tough. You talking about Claudia? Me? Okay, so me, Claudia.
She drugged you too?
Nah.
No, I'm joking.
I love my goddamn self.
I drugged myself too.
Claudia, Annie, my wife Courtney.
Okay.
Tom Joyner. We on. Nigga.
Exactly.
Nigga getting fucked up.
Tom Joyner could drink.
Let me tell you something. Tom Joyner's a goddamn fish.
Tequila, 1942.
1942.
Yeah, that's what he drank.
I'm out of there.
Yes.
Hey man, Courtney found me on the cruise ship. They went gambling and shit. Claudia, Courtney, and Annie, they all gambling. They look like Destiny's Child, the light skinned version. They gambling. I'm walk up. My pants is down here.
No.
I'm talking. Listen, I'm the people on the cruise ship that's gotta stay on the cruise ship. You gonna have to get him out of here because this nigga out of control.
No.
And I'm talking shit. I'm big loaded. Want to fight? I'm roasting niggas. I'm talking shit to women. I'm so 1995 Bobby Brown. I'm out of there. On the ship is Jennifer Lewis. You know the mother of Hollywood.
We love Jennifer Lewis.
Jennifer Lewis and I, we hosted a concert at about 3 o'clock in the daytime. I'll leave out of there. She said, "Young man, you are very attractive, young man." I ain't thinking about this shit.
Roll.
Get to the later on part. The liquor in my system, I'm full. I'm walking down the hallway on a cruise ship. You will know it's when they say close quarters, it's close quarters. You can't really walk by.
Right.
I'm trying to squeeze by. She says, "Ooh, young man, what I wouldn't do to you." I say, "Hey, this dick will make you crazy."
No.
She was like, "Really, really, would it?" But she had people behind her. They was like, "I can't believe he said that." I was like, "Yeah, bitch, I said it. You hear what she said to me?" So we going back and forth, laughing and talking, me and Jennifer, because we both fucked up. And we ended up walking off. She walked off another way. And I was like, I told Courtney, I said, "Yeah, I told Jennifer Lewis she couldn't get this dick in the She was like, "This nigga is out of control."
Yo.
They put me in the cabin, bro. The next day, I was like, "God damn, I can't believe I was out here tripping like that."
Listen, I've quit drinking liquor a lot of times.
How many times you quit?
Oh, man. If I could. Maybe like 52.
Here's the thing, Blair. When you get to college, you don't stop drinking liquor. You learn to control and understand your limits. So this is for anybody. I'm not going to be unrealistic and think you're not going to drink. Know your limits.
Listen.
Drink water. Hydrate yourself.
It's the water.
Drink bullshit. And do not mix liquor with other juices.
It's so weird because he just gave me cognac and tequila.
But that was,
as he tells us.
Courtney did that. She slid it on us. She got us both. She tried to because I drink.
He's telling you not to do it, but look.
Yeah, we did.
But it's I've definitely had a lot of really drunk moments. Yeah.
So have you like ever been with some guys and like wanted to change your like how you felt about them or got in question and dealing with them?
Yeah, definitely. Like one time I went out on a date with this guy. He was trying to talk to me for several years, and he was an entertainer.
Hold on, slow down. Yo, to the best podcast in the whole wide world, best storytellers, we want to give you this right here. An award for being the best fans that we got. Come on over to patreon.com/Did You Miss Me podcast and make sure you support us. Join us over there. As well as, get all the new merchandise we got. Did You Miss Me podcast.com. New merchandise. You see it. Take it in, bitches. We all up in this thing. Exclusive content. Only on patreon.com. We black owned.
No glasses on.
No glasses, because I'm better than that. I should be able to handle this. So you were telling us about how you got into a position where you had somebody you was dealing with and you had to start feeling like you needed to retract how you was dealing with said person.
Right. Okay, so as I was saying, he took me out. First time we went out, it was fine. It was
in the restaurant.
It was cool. Oh yeah. Oh, we got all the way there. Okay. So now we were at the bar. It was a bar, and nobody was in there. So he was like, "Oh, what's going on?" He asked the bartender. He said, "Well, we just opened, whatever, whatever." Cool. So he was like, "We're gonna go get something to eat and come back." He was like, "It should be more going on." And he was like, "Yeah, the DJ comes. This is that and the third." So I'm like, "Okay, cool, right." We go eat. Everything's fine. The food is good. We come back to the spot. Now, when we come back to the spot, I swear it's packed. Like, it couldn't have been.
It's wall to wall.
I'm not going to say wall to wall, but it was a lot of people in there. Like, I would say almost every stool was full, whatever, whatever. I think he found one and, like, stood up next to me. Right? So as we're there, whatever, the bartender comes and he's like, it's a different bartender now. And he's like, what can I get you? So I order my drink. He orders his drink. The bartender's a gay white man, right? Didn't think nothing of it. So time is passing. We're talking. And I'm talking. And I look this way. And I'm like, because you know how you see something out like the corner of your eye?
That peripheral game, your senses start coming in.
You get what I'm saying?
What you see?
So I turn and I look to the side, and it's a big ass screen, like almost like a movie screen. And it had like an old time, like black and white looking video on it. And when I looked, I seen like a penis. It was a dick. So I'm like, maybe I'm tripping. Like, you know what I mean? So that's why I had to turn back and look again.
In the city of New York.
It's a dick. So I'm like, all right. So I see one man, I see two. I see two men, I see three. So I'm like, why is it three dicks and a penis? Well, two men and a penis, three. You know what I'm saying? So either way, I'm like, so I turn and look at it. I'm like, all right, maybe I just looked at the wrong part of the movie. You know what I mean? So I look back up, whatever. I'm talking to him. We're talking. Everything's fine. Then I hear this whistle. It's like, doo. And then I just hear this music come on. It's like ding, 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 ding. And the bartender jumps on top of the bar and rips his pants off, right? So I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So, like, further down the bar, there's another guy, and he's, like, with a hat on, like, ding, 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 ding. And I'm like, okay. Yo, I turn around and look back at the screen. The three men are now fucking. So I'm like, hold the fuck up. So I start looking around.
Oh, my God.
It's mad gay men in the spot. So I'm like, yo.
And the guy you're with is doing what?
He's just standing there talking to me like he doesn't notice anything. And the crazy thing is, like, he would be somebody that you would recognize, like, especially at that time. Like, it was just like, it was weird. So I'm like, yo, he's just sitting here mad, calm, and cool. And, like, I feel like we're in a gay bar. Maybe I'm crazy, but, like,
I see what's going on.
Like, there was a couple other women in there, but, like, not for real. Like, maybe, like, speckled. And I'm just like, what the fuck? So then I turned and I looked at him. And I'm like, do you notice anything? And he's like, notice what? And I'm like, is this a gay bar? And he was like, why would it be a gay bar? So I'm like, the porn on the TV, the gay waiter, the fucking gay men around us. And he was like, oh my God, I didn't even notice that shit. I was like, didn't you say this is one of your favorite places? He was like, well, I haven't been here in a while, but he was like, I mean, we could leave if you want. Do you want to get another drink before we go? And I was like, oh my God.
Whoa.
I'm like, is he trying to tell? Like, what do you think? Because I'm really still confused to this day. Do you feel like he was trying to tell me something, or did he genuinely make a mistake? And, like, because Wax, like my co-host from Bully and the Beast, he always teases me and says that, like, my gaydar is off, and I'm just, like, fucked in the head over, like, my gaydar.
And if you're a woman and you're watching this and your gaydar is off, and you feel like you need somebody to help you get your gaydar back on track, give us a call. 323-385-9734. We'll get somebody over there to you.
Just so he was gay?
Somebody over there to her. So
he was gay.
Yeah. Well, listen, here's the thing. It's 2020.
At the time, it wasn't 2020.
Now it is.
Right.
So with the climate being what it is now, you know what we say? Hey, it's a lot of stuff we may not fully understand, but what we can tell you is that if somebody was just solely interested in getting somebody over there to you, not nobody else, they would have got their ass up out of there. Hey, man, Soon as a dick was on the TV that wasn't mine, I'm out of there.
I don't think he saw it.
As a nigga take his shirt off, God, just know about me. I'm out of there. Sometimes
I thought he thought it was entertainment.
You know what? I don't know. That's not my thing. That ain't my thing. And there's some people that may not be their thing. And if that's your thing, that's fine. That ain't my thing. The
only reason I will say that maybe my gaydar is a bit off is because like it was another incident that I had with like a different man, and like
is he from New York also?
No, he's not, asshole. He's actually not.
Where's he from?
I can't say where he's from because that narrows it down too much. But he did grow up in LA. I'll say that much. Like he
no problem. LA guys.
He grew up in LA.
Is what's new about this. Continue.
So this one is fairly short. Like I was going out. I went to LA for the Grammys, and I was staying. I was staying with a friend, one of my best friends, and me and her were in the car with another friend of mine. So it was me, my friend Joelle, and then our other friend Lamaya, and she's married to Eric Bellinger. She's sisters with Megan Good. Yes. The three of us were in a group together back in the day.
Oh, we remember.
And the group like was called Beretta 9, right? And we decided, she was in a group, it was called ISIS, but then we made a group outside of that, and obviously I was a rapper. The group at the time, I was a rapper. And Lamaya was singing, Joelle was singing. Either way, like we've been super close for years because of that, and even before that, obviously. So whatever, I'm out in LA and I'm in the car with them two and then another girl that I had never met before. And like on my way to LA, I had texted the guy because we've been seeing each other. And I text him and I'm like, listen, I'm on my way to LA. I booked a last minute flight. I'm gonna link up with him. Basically, we just plan to link up, so everything is fine. We've been dealing with each other for a couple years at this point, like on and off, whatever. So the four of us are going to the mall, and on the way from the mall, the girl is talking, and she's just like, yeah, so and so, and she says his name. So now my ears is like this, right? Cause she don't know, she don't know what's going on. But my homegirl Joelle, she knows. So she's like, yeah, I heard homeboy last night got caught out there. He fucked so and so's boyfriend, and the boyfriend walked in on him, and they had a threesome. So basically, she was saying that the guy that I was dating and two other men had a threesome, and that the guy that came last tried to fight him because I guess the boyfriend had something and him had something on the side. So she's telling this story about him. She was like, yo, I never would believe that he was gay. And, when I found this out, I thought it was crazy, but so-and-so went to jail and this is that. And meanwhile, the whole time she's telling this story, my little heart is just like breaking.
It is incinerating.
It's breaking into 10.
Because
like
his ass is getting broke into 10.
Yeah, I didn't know. And I just like at that point I felt like maybe wax is a little right.
Well, yeah.
I thought,
and signed to a label of a prominent person who was heavy in the Hollywood.
I've never said none of this and no. I'm not saying yes or no to anything.
It's a lot of people, I don't know.
It was just so crazy because I'm like, I would have never in a trillion years. No, I would have never thought.
That's how Hollywood is, man. It's a lot of people out there trying to keep up with the Joneses. So we continue this story.
If you're gay, it's okay. Just don't try to convince a straight woman that you're a straight man. But you can be gay if you want to be gay. But just be honest.
Just be honest about how you feel. I think the hardest part about anybody that's genuinely interested in a person is when you don't know what their true intent is.
Right.
It's hard when you find out. I was talking to this girl when I was in school.
She was gay too?
No, she was just very plain. But the plainness of who she was, not trying to be over the top with who she was, made her more appealing to me.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the hardest part was we've been talking for a while.
Okay.
We out after a party. In my brain, hey, party's over. You gonna come by my spot?
Mm-hmm.
With you. She's stalling me. But I don't got no inclination of no dudes that she fooling with. So I'm like, why you stalling me on some,
Right.
whatever. So I'm like, hey, look, I'm going to IHOP to go eat with my frat brothers. You want to pull up? Y'all, come by. I'm gonna let you know I don't know what I'm doing yet. Then she hits me with my friend fucked up. I gotta make sure she gets.
Ah, okay.
All right. Now her roommate and me are cool.
All right.
So I go to eat with my frat brothers. I leave. I'm fucked up. So I'm just like, you know what? Her house is closer than my house. I'm gonna stop by there.
All right.
I get to her house. I park outside. I come upstairs.
You were stalking her?
No.
No, I'm joking. Go ahead.
I'm legit faded. So
Okay.
I knock on the door. Her roommate comes, opens the door. I walk into their apartment. Now their apartment is set up. It's 4 people stay there.
Okay.
This roommate is on her side, so it's like they got a bathroom that they share, and it's 2 suites, and then they got another bathroom on the other side, and 2 suites. They got a commons area in the apartment and a kitchen.
Okay.
I go into their side. I go right to the bathroom. I get in the shower. I'm fucked up. I come out the shower. I walk into her room, the girl that I'm talking to. I walk in there. I get in the bed. The bed already small. It's 2 motherfuckers in the bed. It's 2 people in the bed.
Who are the people?
The girl I talked to and a whole nother girl. The same girl that she said was fucked up. I'm fucked up, but I still ain't thinking shit of it. I'm drunk. I'm in the bed. They both say, oh, he's drunk. I say, yeah, I am drunk. I roll over. I'm looking
The
around,
3 of y'all in a twin size bed.
drunk as shit.
Mm-hmm.
About 4:30, 5 o'clock comes. I'm out of there. I'm snoring. I'm slobbing. I don't know what part of the bed I'm on. I know I'm hanging.
You don't know where you at. Mm-hmm.
I'm just like the room starts spinning. I get up. I go to the bathroom. I'm in the bathroom for hella long trying to get my shit together.
Okay.
I come out the bathroom. They full-fledged going at it. And I'm like, okay, this is happening. I come to the bed. She's like, no, I don't know if I can do this with you here. I feel weird. I'm like, hey, I got the one thing nobody else got. The chick that she fucking with don't even seem like she tripping. But the girl that I talked to is weirded out. I say, hey, you know what? I'm going to get up out of there. I grab my pants. I start walking. I get all the way to my car. I grab my car, drive to my apartment. The girl calls me the next day. She was like, I just want to explain what was going on. I was like,
oh, my God.
I know what it is. Well, nobody knows me like that. And
you had to get up out of there.
I had to get up out of there.
Is that the only time you've been left for a woman?
The crazy part is,
what?
The girl after that, she comes back and starts trying to talk to me again. I start talking to a whole nother chick. And I'm like, at this point, I'm like, hey, bitch, you just not yourself. I don't give a fuck.
You took my bitch.
Hey, you ain't gotta listen. It ain't my bitch. It's your bitch. It's our bitch. Whatever the fuck.
Right.
Just be who you are. For a whole 3 months, she's like mad that I'm not cool with her no more. Randomly, we out at a football game. I'm sitting in the stands. She walks up. She sits next to me. She's talking to somebody. That person leaves, and so she's sitting there. And it's awkward. It's like, look, you know I'm over here sitting with somebody.
Right.
You come sit by me. You're not saying shit to me. People know that we know each other, but you're not talking to me. So now this shit is weird. So the girl that I'm with is like, so your homegirl, why she just staying up here? I have no idea.
Yeah.
So when the person call you out on it, you can't be like, I don't know completely. Right. So it's like, fuck. I'm like, hey man, you good? Well, I just haven't talked to you. Hi, nice to meet you. And the girl's looking at her. She looking at the girl. I look at the girl, and I looked them dead in the eyes, and I said, did you miss me? God damn. We took y'all ass around the world and dropped y'all ass off. You got a crazy episode with me and my good friend. Oh, yeah. There it is. Just throw that back up in there. Get up in there, because you got it up out of there. Okay. You got it.
I got it.
There you go. Push it in. And make sure to hold up. Wait till it snaps. Sounds good. That's what she said. A crazy episode. Tell them where they can check your podcast.
You can check my podcast on Spotify, iTunes, on Pandora, all the streaming services. Of course, Patreon, and also YouTube.
Tell them on Patreon. Patreon what?
I don't know. Bully and the Beast, I'm assuming.
Okay. I'm going to make sure that we make sure y'all get over there. Shout out to all the people that's fucking with us on Patreon. We're going to get you the link so you can go over there and check them out, support them. And, man, if you don't listen to us and you need to, Cleveland, D.C., Cincinnati, Dallas,
Philly.
Chicago, Philly. Hey,
Detroit.
Baltimore, Detroit. Wake up with us. Morning hustle. You know, we out here.
Chattanooga.
Chattanooga. My crib, Chattanooga. We'll be back next time.
OKC.
Oh, Tulsa.
Indy.